So today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to talk about paradigm shifts. So I'm going to tell you certain instances in my life that I thought really changed the perspective, the way that I saw life, and just really took me in a different direction. And at the time, I may not realize it, but looking back at it retrospect, I'm like, wow, that was actually a really interesting and important part of my life. Growing up, I had this youth leader. I really looked up to the guy. You know, for me, at least as a teenager, I saw him kind of like the epitome of like a successful guy. Like, this dude was awesome. Not only was he a youth leader in our group, but he was also the bishop of our church, which he was like young 30s, huge undertaking for someone that young. Usually, you know, they choose to do that in their life when they're older. He was also really involved in business. I don't even recall exactly what he was involved in. It was something to do with like logistics, but he was really good at it. He really presented himself in a great way. He had a ton of kids. He had like 7 kids, I think, without exaggeration, happily married, very fit, and just outstanding guy that I looked up to. And I was like, dang, I want to be like that guy. Long story short though, we had an instance to where morality was kind of tested. So it was interesting. We were all together, you know, him and the rest of the youth, including myself, in a situation to where we were hiking in the middle of the night. It was like 2, 3 a.m. because we had to reach our, you know, destination to start getting back home. As we were shining our lights in the middle of the dark, you know, still had some starlight helping and guiding us, we accidentally, one of the youth, shined the light in the wrong area. It turned out that there was a severely drunk Native American man that was out in the middle of nowhere, just drunk out of his mind. He started getting really upset naturally, as we all would, getting woken up thinking he was all alone and secluded. What he started to do was he started to throw rocks in our direction, like really like pretty decent sized big rocks. And like one of the other leaders almost got hit right in the head. So us, as you know, really energetic, hot-headed young teenagers, we were like, all right, it's action time, like it's go time, right? So we immediately also grabbed rocks, and we were about ready to throw it, you know, in that guy's direction. But one of the things that youth leader that I really looked up to did, which was a big departure from what everyone else we were thinking to do, was that he did not try to attack or retaliate. He really tried to de-escalate the situation. He, you know, in a very scriptural-like way, put his hand out to kind of calm the situation and ask the gentleman, hey, please stop. We're just trying to cross here. We're sorry, we didn't mean to get in your way. You know, we'll be out of your hair as soon as possible. Situation de-escalated dramatically. Drunk guy just continued to mumble and just got out of the way. No one got injured, no fatalities. Looking back at it, it really shows to this person's character to be able to control, right, and have restraint and have dominance over your instincts and your thoughts is something that's really powerful. So that's one of the things that I really looked up to about this gentleman. And, you know, looking back at it kind of made me reflect and change the way that I, even as a youth, ran my life, right? I had to realize that like instincts needed to be calmed, that things could be resolved in a more peaceful, methodical manner, even when you're feeling high stakes and high amount of pressure. That was a really big paradigm shift.